Dear viewers, today we have a special episode. King Frederik and Queen Mary have chosen a wise way to raise their children. Despite their status, they allow the young heirs to remain ordinary teenagers, to express emotions, to search for themselves, and to make mistakes. This approach takes courage and wisdom, especially in the modern world, where every little thing ends up in front of cameras and quickly becomes a topic of discussion. In moments like these, the human side of the monarchy becomes especially visible. The recent situation with Princess Isabella became a vivid example of how modern monarchs try to balance official protocol with parental support. And honestly, watching from the outside, it is hard not to admire how calm and down-to-earth they were in resolving a potentially noisy story. What struck many most of all was Queen Mary's reaction. When 18-year-old Isabella appeared at a music festival wearing a t-shirt with a provocative slogan, many expected a loud scandal. But Mary behaved first and foremost like a loving mother. When journalists asked her about it, she openly admitted that at first she felt that typical motherly irritation, and then said that some decisions simply turn out better than others. In her words, there was something every parent can relate to, a hint of frustration mixed with understanding and a desire to support. King Frederik completely agreed with her. Their shared reaction shows how united they are in their principles and how much they support each other. And that is one of the most valuable qualities of any family. In the documentary Mary, 50 Years, You Can Only Be Yourself, the Queen spoke about her parenting philosophy. She emphasized that home is a space where a person feels protected, loved, and accepted without conditions. This principle creates a family atmosphere where unconditional acceptance truly matters. And watching how the royal couple's children grow up, it is hard not to notice that this philosophy really works. Experienced royal reporter Marianne Singer from the Danish magazine Bildblad has rightly pointed out that the Queen consistently stands for accepting each person as they are. For the King and Queen, it is especially important that their children can live as normal a life as possible, at least within the limits of what is possible for members of a monarchy. Their task is to raise future bearers of royal duties while still allowing them to experience a normal childhood and youth. And it is impossible not to agree with that idea. Mary has said many times how important it is to give teenagers the chance to make mistakes. The story with the t-shirt is a bright example of such a mistake that becomes a lesson. Isabella certainly understood that for a member of the royal family, even an outfit choice can become headline news. But let's look more broadly at Isabella's life and that of her brother Christian. This summer, both of them enjoyed quite typical activities for Danish teenagers, going to music festivals, spending time with friends in the warm August sun. It was a wonderful summer for the whole royal family, who managed to truly relax. The season ended with a symbolic cruise that started in Frederikshavn and finished on Samso. During an official visit, Frederik and Mary said they could not have dreamed of a more perfect end to the summer. Their words carried sincere gratitude and joy at being able to spend time together. Now, Isabella is entering a special period. Together with her classmates from the 3rd grade of Aragord Gymnasium, she has begun her final, memorable school year. It will be full of serious academic challenges and bright events. Ahead lies the big school ball with the traditional Lanciers dance and live music, which will take place at the end of November. Traditionally, the girls appear in long evening dresses and the boys wear tuxedos. This elegant and festive event is held in the magnificent assembly hall of the Gymnasium in Hellerup, north of Copenhagen. And the events do not end there. In June of the year 2026, Isabella and her classmates will receive their graduation caps and celebrate finishing gymnasium. They have already had their traditional class trip abroad, and ahead of them are the graduation ball, travels, and the final celebrations. All of this will become memories they will keep for the rest of their lives. It is interesting to watch how the royal family balances official duties with personal time. For example, next week, King Frederik will host the royal hunt in Gribskopf, followed by the traditional hunting banquet. This is one of the key events of the hunting season, and Frederik invites his close friends to it. Meanwhile, Queen Mary spends time with her friends, whose husbands take part in the hunt. This is how they maintain balance. Each has space for their own hobbies and social life. The relationship between Frederik and Mary is truly filled with warmth and trust, and after ascending the throne, they have become even closer. They act as a real team, supporting each other both in state matters and in family life. Their mutual respect and understanding create the same atmosphere of support and safety that Mary spoke about in the documentary. What is especially impressive is their consistency. They do not limit themselves to making beautiful statements about the freedom to be yourself. They actually live by these principles. Once, Isabella jokingly asked her mother whether she had lost her mind during Christian's confirmation, and Mary remembered this moment. Later, she used this phrase when discussing the t-shirt situation. This shows how lively and sincere the family's communication is and how attentively they listen to each other. Frederik and Mary understand perfectly well that their children are growing up in unusual conditions. On the one hand, they are heirs with certain obligations and enormous societal expectations. On the other hand, they are ordinary young people who want to express themselves, try new things, and search for their own path. And the parents' task is to help them find harmony between these two worlds.